Wave 5 of the Booster Course Pass has just released, and with it came yet another balance patch. As I'm sure you all know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe changed forever when Wave 4 of the Booster Course Pass released. A lot of characters and kart parts got buffed, and it was no time until the old meta combo Waluigi Wiggler was dead. Now, with another balance patch coming through in Wave 5, you might think Nintendo's crazy enough to have done it again. But it's a little more complicated than that. What do I mean by this? Well, keep watching and I'll show you. No, I'm not going to go over every single change because most changes are going to have no influence over the meta. But if you're interested in seeing all of the changes made to the game, check out the updated stat sheet for Wave 5. The link is in the description. Now, when it comes to the characters, it's much like Wave 3 in the sense that there were only changes made in the invincibility of each character. However, there is one character class that is an exception here, and that character class includes Tanuki Mario, Inkling Boy, and Male Villager. This character class got a 0.25 increase in Mini Turbo. That means that these characters now have the same Mini Turbo stat as Peach, Daisy, Yoshi, and Birdo. We'll get more into comparing these character classes later on. Now, as for the vehicles, there are a few new vehicles that could sneak their way into the meta. These vehicles include the Pipe Frame, the Streetle, and the Tanuki Kart. The Pipe Frame and Streetle both got a ground speed increase of 0.25, increasing their ground speed to 0.5, and the Tanuki Kart got both a ground speed and Mini Turbo increase of 0.25, increasing its ground speed to 0.75 and its Mini Turbo stat to 1.25. As for the tires and the gliders, there's nothing to really mention here. Only the worst tires in the game got stat increases, and the glider stats remained the same from Wave 4 to Wave 5. So clearly, the Wave 5 balance patch already isn't as substantial as the Wave 4 balance patch, but we do have some new contenders for some viable combos in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let's see how these combos fare against Yoshi Teddy Buggy Rollers, the best combo prior to Wave 5. Kicking things off, let's talk about Tanuki Mario versus Yoshi. These character classes have the same stats with the exception of their weight and traction. Tanuki Mario is superior in weight by 0.25, while Yoshi is superior in traction by 0.5. I mean, if you do the math, it makes sense that Yoshi is the better character. But even more so, you really have to weigh out what's most important to you in online play. Do you prefer the weight set of Tanuki Mario and being less prone to the brutal bumps of online play? Or do you prefer the traction stat of Yoshi and having a better grip of your vehicle on more off-road heavy tracks? For these reasons, I will not be surprised if Yoshi continues to dominate online play. But that's not to say Tanuki Mario is a pushover. With his enhanced Mini Turbo stat thanks to the Wave 5 balance patch, he's definitely one of the best characters in the game. And if you ever feel like the online bumps are hitting you hard with Yoshi, Tanuki Mario might just be your calling. Now, when it comes to the karts I mentioned earlier, I gotta be honest, I don't think they're better than Teddy Buggy or even the Ink Striker. Let me tell you why. Comparing the Pipe Frame to the Teddy Bear, the biggest differences come in the hidden speed stats. For the Pipe Frame, its only speed stat that got buffed is its ground speed. If all of its speed stats got buffed, then there could be more of an argument. But it just loses so much time in the air and in anti-gravity. And when you compare these combos into other statistics, there just aren't any significant advantages to using the Pipe Frame. In this case, you're much better off using the Teddy Bear. Now let's compare the Teddy Bear to the Streetle. Just like the Pipe Frame, only the Streetle's ground speed got buffed. However, even without getting buffed, its water speed stat is still very, very good. But that's its only advantage. It also has no weight, so if you're already using a character like Yoshi, the extra weight goes a long way. Yeah, it does have good traction, and is probably a little more viable than the Pipe Frame, but it's still not on the same level as the Teddy Bear. Now, our final contender is the Tanuki Kart, and given its speed and Mini Turbo stats, we're gonna compare it to the Ink Striker. And surprisingly, the Tanuki Kart's actually pretty good. Out of all the buffed vehicles, the Tanuki Kart is probably the best suited for online play. But honestly, for all the vehicles with these stats, it just doesn't feel right driving with it. At least not on the same level as the Ink Striker or the Teddy Bear. But its stats are pretty good, so if you rock with it, then you could definitely turn up online. So after breaking down the changes made through the balance patch, I've come to the conclusion that Yoshi Teddy Buggy Rollers will remain the best combo for online play. There were so many changes made in Wave 4 that a brand new meta for online and time trials was inevitable, but only very subtle changes were made in the Wave 5 balance patch. So while Yoshi Teddy Bear is very much still the best combo, Tanuki Mario, Male Villager, and Inkling Boy are without a doubt the second best set of characters in the game. And if you want to use them online, you're not losing out on that much. The Streetle and Pipe height frame kart classes are also pretty good now, but their advantages simply do not make up for their disadvantages. So while you very well could use them online, they're not going to beat out the Teddy Buggies and the Ink Strikers. The only real contender here is the Tanuki Kart, which, while in my opinion, it doesn't really feel that great to drive. If you can get a handle for it, you are not losing out on much by using this kart over the Teddy Bear or the Ink Striker. But all things considered, while you can definitely use more combos to compete, unless I missed something crazy, Yoshi on the Teddy Bear will remain on top. And if you're not happy about that, just be thankful Waluigi Wiggler is gone. Especially too because Wiggler has the same stats as Waluigi. And while Wiggler does look funny, I guarantee you it's going to get really old really quickly.